Welcome to our Ripple Impact conversation. This is huge. And I think for myself, I want to invite you to really examine the ripple impact of your work. There's a couple of ways we can think about impact, right? We can think about, oh, I mentor a young person, they have a positive impact on their friends, and their friends have impact on their friends, and it ripples that way. That's correct. And there's also a linear kind of up and down way to think about it, is that I mentor a mentee, they grow up, they have children, those children grow up differently, they have children, and so 50 years from now, there's impact because of your work. These are facts, these are true facts of your work. I want to take the time to talk about the ripple effect because to me, this is where I talk about in short-term mentorship and long-term mentorship that the rhythms of communication, the modeling of listening, the questions that we ask weekly and monthly in our design and our curriculum, and these are pieces that will have rippling impact. And I think as a mentor, I want us to pay attention of where do we want to design our curriculum, design our impact to really focus on this is not just for this young person in front of me. This is for generations to come, parallel to their friends, but also lineage to their children. And you might ask, well, what parts of my mentorship are going to have that kind of impact? All of it technically does. But the key piece I would track in that is tracking oppressive systems that have impacted a family lineage. So if they have a family of alcoholics that are struggling with alcohol for generations, like 4 or 5 generations, and you're able to have your mentee be sober and recover, that's one of those huge pieces. Addiction is huge. One of the pieces is financial awareness. And not about making them wealthy, but just like building a new system of financial awareness and education that can have impacts on their peer group, but also for generations to come. And also we look at the focus ability, look at the greatness. A lot of folks have grown up in generations to come not having anyone value them. And if they have grown up in your mentorship program experience and they are valuing themselves, self-esteem, self-worth, their genius, that is a ripple effect. And I'm like, wow, that's obvious. And is it in the context that we have to really respect the magnitude of what it means to take a generation trauma story that's been going on for a while and to interrupt and to turn that around. That takes time, that takes focus and awareness that you're actually doing it. So me, the ripple effect is helping me honor the impact of your work that will live beyond your body. And as you sit here and get to the end of this course and you go, Aaron, what can I do right now? Why do I feel like I'm not quite ready? And why do I feel like I'm slightly inadequate? I want to say to you that if you have followed this program and took some of these questions and took some of the examinations, that you are going to be in a place not only miles ahead of most mentor programs and mentor experiences, but also you can feel the ripple in your life. You can feel you raising your children differently. You can see how you're impacting your peers. You can build a culture of questions and thinking that's normal in your space where folks you aren't technically mentoring, but is a part of your culture, and that's going to have a ripple effect. So it's rippling in all kinds of directions. I know that most mentorship programs are a little bit anarchist and unpredictable, and God can guide and the earth can shift, and you never know what's going to happen, but I do know that if you are committed to understanding that you are not just looking at one individual, but you're looking at hundreds over a period of 50 years, I think that alone will impact how you will show up for that young person. I will also say too, is a beautiful part of young folks that we mentor is we don't know who we're talking to. We don't know who this person is going to be in the future. So because we don't know, let's assume that we're talking to someone that's going to have huge impacts on the future in front of us. And definitely with your support, that is more likely to happen. I want to thank you for being a part of this community and starting this conversation on mentorship is to me something I want to see way more of. I have so much more to share, and I'll share more about what's coming next in our mentorship program. It's a whole library of work, and I'm so excited to share it with you.